Can you hear that? Nothing. Nothing to hear. Space. Right, I'm going to actually change tack a little bit and go back to the old days. Not the good or the bad old days, but the old days. And I still to this day don't know why I was thrown off YouTube. I really don't know why they even let me back on. It was only through trying to watch video one day. They wouldn't let me watch it, said I wasn't, and I just sent another. I'd sent numerous messages many years ago, and this time they replied and said my channel had been reinstated and it wasn't breaking community standards. I mean, it was absolutely unbelievable. Why they banned me in the first place? They banned me for certain things, you know, i.e. some of the abuse I took, basically, you know, screenshooting it or whatever and putting it on YouTube and said I was breaking community standards. But what I did before the ban came in is I made all my videos private. I did that weeks before they banned me. So I wasn't really offending anybody because nobody could even see what I had to say. Anyway, apart from that, like I said, time's moved on. And I don't look upon the past anymore. Don't know if I've said it before, but the difference between unhappiness and happiness is time, and probably vice versa. And a big part of my life today, which I've mentioned, it's funny, I'm finding it really difficult to talk these days. I was fueled by anger. I was fueled by the thinker, the mind. You know, every time I wanted to step down, it was kicking in, you know, carry on, you know. I question that now. In almost every circumstance I end up in. I question my reaction. I question it through something I've learned, awareness of consciousness. The way I started this video with, like, I think it was 7 or 8 seconds of nothing. You know what I mean? That is probably some of the few times that many of us are able to be conscious when we're not being controlled or manipulated, directed by the mind, the thinker. It's the only true time that we're actually getting a glimpse, shall we say, of what people call the unmanifested. I don't know whether a couple of beers goes in the unmanifested. And that's all it is these days, a couple. But yeah, I'm not driven anymore by, I suppose it must have been hatred. It must have been, well, somebody once said it, victim mentality. And there was a victim mentality, but I was, in another sense, in a situation which every angle seemed to be covered for me to, but I'm holding my hand up here. It's my pain body, my past, through nurture and nature, that made me react in the way I did to the eviction, to the breaking of the gas. When I say this, I was unconscious at the time. But can I also say that those, even though I don't like to judge, involved in the eviction, the gas breaking, whatever, were also unconscious. The situation for me is, and it isn't the first time it had happened in my life, that event led me to, those events, led me to where I am now, a more spiritual type of living, an understanding of basically everything. I mean, the old term, everything happens for a reason, is true, because everything is connected to, or I believe is connected to, the universe. From me, from the atoms I'm made of, from the furniture in the house to blah-de-blah-de. And even they are so microscopic. If they're actually, they've proved now that even between the atoms there's space, there's nothing. That nothingness is the universe, which we're all connected to. Yeah? What happened in my life has been a lesson. Every event's a lesson. You can't allow the lesson to take you down, because the only part of the lesson that's taking you down is the ego. The ego likes to fight. The ego likes to get you involved in the conflict. The ego will take you down. You have to question the ego. Many people don't even consider that the life they live is totally controlled by their ego. The thinker, the mind, the crazy thing that I keep telling you, that if you were walking down the street and saying what's going through your mind openly, out loud, people will be classing you as being, oh, he's mentally ill, he's got issues. But like I was. I was walking down the street, talking to myself, talking to phones, whatever. I was expressing myself through my ego. I hadn't questioned why this thing, why I was reacting in the way I was. I hold no resentment to anyone. I hold no resentment to anyone involved in my eviction, no resentment to anyone involved in... I try to keep my circle of friends, that big. And as it spreads out, it goes to my enemies. And I really haven't got anything other than... Going back years ago, I'd have said pity for you. It's not pity. It's just the way it's been for you. You've lived it that way. That's how the ego, that's how the mind has directed your life. Through control, through the system. And I've, through different periods in life, come to a different stage. And I believe I'm at the stage now where I am continuously going to carry on searching for peace and nothing other in my life and all that I come into contact with. I'm not going to go on and make it sound soppy or anything like that. There again, that's me questioning. That's the ego popping in then. Yeah? No. Someone's going to have a dig. So, fucking let's have him. No, seriously. I'm a changed man. I hope you're all doing all right. Catch you later.